What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Dive Addiction. Today we are with Underwater Connection in Circleville, and we are doing their very first underwater watermelon carving competition. So it's kind of like the pumpkin carving competition, but with watermelon. Alright, so here you got Ben, and he just cut the top off his watermelon and he's sitting here eating a bunch of it and feeding the bluegill.
You forgot the vodka.
Him and his son will be down there carving up that watermelon. The fish really loved the watermelon too. They were tearing it up.
Getting anything under the water.
Alright, I got in first because I was trying to get some cool shots, but this time of day the sun just wasn't working with me. Kind of ruined some of these shots. I didn't know until I got back and started going through the video that they got washed out so badly. Still kind of cool though. Tried to get a little bit of everybody getting in the water. You can see that watermelon floating off. That's Ben and his son. He's the one that owns Underwater Connection. Son's only 11, but he seems like he's got his stuff together in the water. Kid's real confident. You'll see later in this, there's something that, is going on that would stress out a lot of younger kids when it happens. We'll talk about that when we get to it. I do kind of like the way that the light rays come through the water, but at the same time it kind of just bled everything out. So they sit their watermelon down, and three of them are going to go off and just go on a little bit of a dive before they come back and actually carve their watermelon up.
She got them in her hand.
They're in my hand, so you're either going to have to carry the knife.
Just porcupine it.
That's what I was saying. Put it on the back so you don't ruin Trump's face. You're Shane, right?
Yep.
Sorry you're friends with Brian.
I can't remember this kid's name, but somebody needs to get him a seat on the underwater Harlem Globetrotters. The way he was juggling that watermelon. got you a mother and son duo right here, taking over the competition. We got this lady right here. Struggling with buoyancy a little bit. I will say one thing: when you are doing something that's task loading, buoyancy becomes a real issue because you don't really think about it because you're thinking about what you're trying to do. And you can see it's almost like she gets a little bit frustrated right there with it. She ends up getting it pretty well dialed in. I think she just goes a little bit negative. Just enjoys that negative buoyancy while she's doing stuff, which is perfectly fine. You want to find something that's comfortable for you when you're doing this type of stuff and just stick with it. Being able to do it and stay neutral is a real big pain. I did it last year with the pumpkins. I'll link the video up above. But I stayed neutral the whole time I was doing it, and it was not easy, honestly. Being able to keep that perfect neutral buoyancy and add tasks, it makes things a little bit more complicated, because when you're actually paying attention and you're focused just on your diving and not task loading, it's easy to keep your buoyancy. But if you start getting stuff to take your mind off of it, you're not focused as much on your breathing and everything like that. So it does make it a little bit more of a pain to be able to get that perfect buoyancy in while you're doing stuff like this. But you see these two are doing great. Having fun. That's all this is about, too. I mean, that's your second goal of diving. Your first goal is to end every dive safely. So as long as you're not doing anything to put yourself in danger, go for it. You got to make sure that you're following your first goal, and that's to come back out of the water safely. The second goal, just to have fun. I mean, that's what we're all here for. That's why that's why we spend the money that we do on doing this. It's something fun to do. It's nice to be able to see people that can get out with their families and do it. My son is in the middle of getting certified now, and I can't wait to start doing stuff like this with him. And it's nice to be able to see, like Ben and his son, Christy and her son, just being able to get out and enjoy a little bit of family time underwater, even if you're getting messed with by the bluegills while you're doing it, because they like to get right in your face when you're doing stuff. I don't get in here without a hood on because for some reason my ears must taste really good to these bluegill. And apparently so does this watermelon, because they're down there just snatching it up every chance they get. And I really like little events like this. Like, it doesn't need to be some big extravagant event, but something small just to get people out and talking and socializing. Giving you a reason to get in the water and just get out there and have fun and carve up some watermelons. Stupid, silly stuff. But the stupid, silly stuff is great, They did this because some people just don't want to get out in that cold water in October. So this gives them something to do in the warmer months. The water was 75 degrees down there, which is really not bad. He's working on his little carving. He actually does really good too. Just sitting there messing with a piece of pumpkin over his head. I'm just like up here in everybody's way. Like, I don't know how much they were paying attention to me, but I was really just hanging out above everybody, doing my own thing, trying to get video. I ended up actually not carving anything because I was doing video this time. last time I tried to do both, I felt like my video suffered a little bit. My carving was pretty decent, but this time I figured I'd just focus on everybody else and let you guys see how people are getting it done. I'll tell you what, if you're ever going to do anything like this, get you some pumpkin carving kit knives. It makes everything so much easier. Don't try and use it. It's amazing how things work underwater too. Yeah, there's certain things you just do not let go of because they will not be there for very long if you do. Actually, the day after this video, today, I was diving there again, and I dropped my GoPro and it sank to the bottom pretty quick. These bluegill, man, they must love her. They are right in her face. She's cleaning the core out of that pumpkin, and these fish are all about it. Bunch of them. The fish chasing them off. Alright, here we got Ben and his son. They kind of just went on a dive. They weren't really doing too much of the carving today. But this is why I said using a pumpkin knife is so much easier than a carving knife. Right here, you see how the knife gets a little bit stuck in the watermelon, and just him pulling on it, just torquing. And had that happen to most other kids, I can see a lot of kids getting stressed out about that. But this kid is a beast. He handles it amazingly. Not very many kids are gonna get rolled like that and just be okay with it, but he's doing good. You got to admit, his hair looks pretty cool in the water. I think this guy is coming up messing with him. I think it's either one of Ben's dive masters or instructors. It's always a little bit of horseplay down here. Nothing to get anybody hurt, but we do like to mess with people. I'll tell you what, for using a dive knife, trying to do this basically solo, he's doing pretty good. Because that is a lot harder than it looks like. You won't really realize, like when you're trying to move stuff around underwater, it's hard. He was messing with them. He just went up and shut Ben's air off. I mean, he didn't fully shut it off. He started to, and Ben noticed it. And so he turns his air back on. There's that's a Shrek. Looks amazing. And we get ready to take our they get ready to take their watermelons, not pumpkins. Take their watermelons up, show them off. again, I appreciate you guys for watching. Check out these watermelons. I'll post the pictures up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave me some comments, tell me what you like to see. I'm always down to try new things, and I welcome all my new subscribers to the channel. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the water.